We have an NHL trade to discuss. The Utah Hockey Club and the Ottawa Senators have swapped some promising looking prospects. We'll discuss the details coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, we have an NHL trade to discuss. We have two prospects changing locations. Both are getting a little bit older, but both are well positioned, I think, to eventually here get an opportunity that they can stick. They both had some real solid runs here in the minors, and it's time to take that next step. So the Ottawa Senators have traded Igor Sokolov over to the Utah Hockey Club in exchange for Jan Jenik. Both these guys were drafted, we're going on 5-6 years now. Both had lots of times in the minors and limited NHL time and ready for a fresh start. I know the Ottawa Senators, Igor Sokolov was qualified as an RFA, so they retained his rights, but based on everything we knew about this player, it was very much likely that he was going to get moved for a fresh start. I know he had expressed to the club that if he wasn't going to have a full-time NHL role, that he wanted to have a shot to try to do that somewhere else, and that's only fair to him. He put in his time. He was a late blooming pick. He was a re-entry and put in his time in the minors. He played junior in the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles in the Quebec League. It was actually the same billet family as Drake Batherson. Him and Drake actually were both there for 1 year together as well. They were both kind of the same story where they both got to junior a little bit later. Were kind of late blooming prospects, and while Drake's gone on to be a solid NHLer and Igor is still trying to find his way here. But Sokolov has put in some real good time in the minors. He's put up let's see now. He's got 4 solid years. I was thinking it was 3. It was actually 4 solid years in the AHL for Belleville, scoring, about 20 goals, 50, 60 points a year. He holds a lot of the Belleville records because I believe that was the first year for Belleville when they relocated the team from the U.S. when it moved back to close to Ontario for that first Belleville season. I believe was his first year there. So Sokolov has been a real good pro. He's gotten 13 NHL games. Didn't look too bad, but it hasn't really. The skating is a little bit of a challenge, and I think is the pace. And he's a big boy, 6'3", 215, and that's kind of what I think so far has slowed him down. The offense in the AHL has come easy to him, but in his limited NHL time, it hasn't. Now in Jan Jenik, he comes back the other way. Also decent size forward. He can play center and wing. 23 years old out of Czechia. He was a 2018 third-round pick of then the Arizona Coyotes. He's got some really good AHL numbers as well. He's got 22 NHL games under his belt with 6 points. So again, looking for a new opportunity. And I know the Belleville team is going to be pretty strong based on all the moves the Senators have made. They've added a lot of older veterans or some key AHL players to kind of strengthen the veteran group down there, as well as some key prospects. So they're trying to make that team more competitive this year as well. And I'm not sure if Jenik will be a full-timer, or maybe he'll be up and down. I'm not sure. I know right now the Sens do have a fourth-line opening. Don't know if he'd really fit there, but he'll have an opportunity to go to training camp and impress, and same with Sokolov. So they get to swap places. Like I said, I still think based on everything we've seen of each of these prospects throughout their time in the minors, they get real good numbers. I think they each deserve a shot, and hopefully this is the opportunity for both of them that they need. I don't know as much about Jenik, but ever seeing Sokolov play a lot between his time in junior and in Belleville, and a little bit in the NHL. He's just a real likable kid too. He's somebody that you just can't help but cheer for. Maybe Jenik's the same type. I'm not sure, because I just don't know as much about him. But I've seen him from a distance. I just haven't had a chance to watch him play as much as Sokolov has. But both good kids. Looks like they need an opportunity, and hopefully this will get it to them. So let me know your thoughts on this opportunity in this trade down in the comments. We'll discuss further. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and stick around. We'll be back later with more news and rumors to keep you up to date with everything around the entire NHL. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.